1 month ago, I had my first interview in SF with a startup called Paraform. Since then, I buzzed my hair and a lot has changed, so here's everything that's happened since.
To give some context, Paraform helps startups hire hard-to-fill roles by pairing them with recruiters. Essentially, I wanted to help them with their growth, aka bringing more startups to join them. After the interview, I got a take-home project. They asked me one thing: how do we get more customers? Which in my case was companies and not recruiters. So I researched everything about them: testimonials, blogs, posts, and I put together this crappy strategy involving social media, cold emails, personalized bullshit, and I sent it in super confident, and I got a fat rejection. At the time, this was a huge reality check for me. I was so focused on what I was making, I didn't even care about learning anything. At that point, I realized I've made a shitty draft of a strategy, and it doesn't make sense to throw it away and apply to thousands of jobs like most people do. I don't even like the concept of jobs anyway, so why don't I just keep working on it behind the scenes? So I went on my own and I kept working. First, I did my original strategy. Found the perfect lead, sent a bunch of cold emails, and it sucked ass. Horrible conversion rate, nothing worked out, so I scrapped everything. I went and talked to startups directly, learned how they hire and what they don't like about using full stack solutions like Paraform, and I came up with new ideas. New brand positioning, new product placement, new conversion strategies, everything. At this point, this was my own project, and I genuinely wanted to test it out, so I built a piece of my idea. And this was a site called Paraform Genie. Essentially, a pre-demo consultant. It gives startups a personalized Paraform solution, given their hiring issues and what their current open jobs are. The idea was to create trust before scheduling a demo, and it kind of worked. Once it was live, I had 100 people using it, and over 40% ended up on the demo. Since a few days ago, I've stopped working on Paraform and the project that I did. It was a great learning experience. I had a lot of fun, but there's only so much I can do by myself. So I'm going back to the search. If you're an early startup, hit me up. I'll update everyone in the next video.
You've been working, even though you weren't working at Paraform, you were working on Paraform, which I appreciate. I respect the hustle, so I wanted to touch base. The stuff you sent me, 99% of startups at our size would right away let you like hop in and start iterating. That's very different than working at Paraform, where you're working with not even at the founders, but like they had like the first growth person me come in, and then I've hired like a growth person. So you're just like, solution space is just like not as wide as it is for like a company where it's just the founders, and you might get closer to the steering of the ship at another startup. I would do what I described for your own sake. I would just go send exactly what you sent me to another startup, because most of them are going to say, dude, come on in. This is like the exact problem we're thinking about. All the ones I talked to are craving that